You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Good day to you, sir.
Hey, right back at you, John. How you doing?
Fabulous.
All right, Heidi, all right?
I'm good.
Terrific.
Good.
Big birthdays today. Mother Teresa.
Oh.
Amazing woman. You know, she won the Nobel Peace Prize back in 1979.
I remember
Deservedly so.
She probably should have won it every single year.
that. Yeah, she was like a saint.
Is now. She's been canonized, by the Catholic Church. So, see, Macaulay Culkin. Wow, believe it or not, because you cannot, when you think Macaulay Culkin, I don't know about you guys, but I just think about the hands on the side of the face. That's he's 40 today.
Yeah.
Big 4-0. And
Cool.
Melissa McCarthy, who I think is pretty cool, too.
Love her.
She's 50 today.
Oh, wow.
50. Let's see here. It was 1748, the very first. Wow, this clears up a big mystery. 1748, the first Lutheran denomination in North America is formed in Philadelphia.
Oh, nice.
So now we really do know where the first Lutheran church is.
Yeah, there's a lot of first.
A lot of them rock that name. And
But this is the first Lutheran.
yep, and that founding was immediately followed by an enormous potluck and a bake sale.
And a church split 2 weeks later.
1955, the very first color television telecast was on NBC. And what do you think the programming was? 1955, first color television.
Wizard of Oz.
It was not. It was the Davis Cup tennis.
Oh, wow.
Interesting pick.
Yeah.
1973, University of Texas, Arlington becomes the first accredited school to offer belly dancing for college credits.
Of course.
Alrighty.
Why not?
Oh,
It's going to serve you well. And
dig deep, Mom and Dad. Save those nickels and dimes for higher education. It's interesting because I've been, it sounds like flip, I'm just making up, but I literally have attended 5 different places of higher learning in my life.
have you really?
Yep, 5 different colleges.
Which one?
For
of them?
ballet dancing?
But I do remember going to one in the Twin Cities, a college in Minneapolis, and I decided to sign up for a drama course.
Oh. Nice.
And you can't make this stuff up. We ended up performing some acts. I forget the play, but it was Shakespeare.
Okay.
Okay.
And we did it with brown paper bags over our heads.
Wow.
And somehow that was meaningful to some point. I look back at that and I go, wait a minute, I'm spending money on this?
So you did Shakespeare in the Bag.
Shakespeare in the Bag, yeah.
Nice.
That's what it was. So
I think we should
Like an unknown comic kind of thing.
yeah, and I mean, I got credits for this. I literally got credits for this.
Could have really been anybody up there, really.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. I love this idea. We should put on one of these
bags.
versions of our own.
To do our own show. Tell everybody their kids, one of the kids in the 300 people in the cast, but the's
There
only
you
4
go.
of them on stage.
Yeah, keep in mind I was going for a business degree, but it all works out.
We won't ask how that ended. Brian. I love it. Thanks, Dan.
You bet. Again, I have so much baggage.
Never heard of Shakespeare in the Bag, but now I kind of want to see it. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Heck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Tip of the old Ranger hat to you two little snuggle bugs. You're looking good there, Walt. Heidi!
Who'd you Dan?
It seems to me I may have said this before, but gosh darn it's worth repeating. You make me wish I were cross-eyed so I could see you twice.
Yes.
Hey, little Radio Rangers, let's gather around the old radio and pick up on some, a little bit of critter knowledge, should we? You know, I stumble across some pretty good critter facts while I'm going through up and down the hills and through the valleys and through the woods and on the waterways, because gosh darn it, I am a South Dakota Ranger.
Yes, you are.
And I take my job pretty seriously, but you know, some of these critters, they may not be indigenous to the great state of South Dakota, but there are some behaviors you should be aware of just in case you come across one out in the wild when you're commuting with nature. I say nature because it's nature and it's neat, and we put them together and we have, say it with me,
Nature.
For instance, did you know a chimpanzee will smile? Keep in mind, when a chimpanzee smiles, that means they're feeling threatened. Complete opposite of what you may think. So you think you got a chimp buddy there? No, gosh, no, you do not.
You're going to want to back up.
You find yourself face to face with a smiling chimp. It's probably about to kill you.
And it's making him happy.
Now think about this. When a hippopotamus yawns, it means the same thing as a smiling chimp. It's
Oh, no.
You find yourself in a little pond there face to face with a yawning hippo, it's probably about to kill you. Now this is serious. Of all the animals on the entire planet, each and every animal on the planet, of which some animal scientists estimate there may be dozens, the polar bear far and away has the best sense of smell.
Really?
In fact, a polar bear sense of smell is at least 3,000 times greater than a human being.
Whoa.
Sniffing.
Yep, they can smell a human being miles away, especially if you happen to have, say, salami cheese or maybe some twin bings in your pocket.
Wow.
Well, the odds are pretty good that polar bear picks up your scent. It's going to track you down and kill you.
Most likely.
Science. Well, that's all we have for today, little Radio Rangers. Do keep in mind, critters are pretty much everywhere, and all of them, except for maybe little teeny tiny butterflies, want to kill you.
The butterflies want to, too. They just don't have the skills.
Ranger Dan up. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk, brought to you by Lukewarm Tap Water. Mr. Dan Farris back in the studio right now. What do we have for today, sir?
Lukewarm tap water. I love it. Well, you know, the city's all abuzz. First day public schools is tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Oh, is it?
Bus is going to be running, school's going to be flying open, and things are going to be going on. And in case you don't know yet, things have switched up a little bit because of, what are they calling it? Oh, the Chinese virus.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Because it's a virus from China.
From China.
This is probably the big deal. Face coverings, in case you don't know, face coverings are expected for students on the bus.
Wow.
In the hallways,
Wow.
in classrooms, and when the 6-foot social distancing cannot be maintained.
So pretty much all day
Apparently,
long.
mask breaks will be planned when safe distancing can occur. Cloth face coverings should be laundered regularly. Disposable coverings may be worn for 2 days. And I'm trying to think of this because my grandson, he just started preschool, actually.
Yeah.
And I mean, you watch him, he's like 4 years old.
Right.
How do you
keep a
contain
4-year-old?
this behavior?
Exactly. There's no
or
way.
a 5-year-old or 6-year-old or in, that's that's going to be.
I'm so glad our kids are not
guys see
in
the
school anymore.
Images floating around of the band that was playing, and they're all wearing face masks, but they had a little hole to poke the
I
instrument through.
did see that. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I never really thought about that, but I was like, I suppose they got to have a way to do it. So.
Oh, and by the way, a little sidelight on this, on school starting, South Dakota for years and years and years was running like dead last with teacher pay.
Yeah.
Right?
Not the case anymore. We're sitting at number 47, ladies and gentlemen.
Behind us.
Scooted up a little bit. Well, Mississippi, apparently they're just following smart people around down there. No, here's the stats. The average South Dakota public school teacher salary, the average is now $48,700.
Oh, wow.
I think that's really good.
Which ain't bad. And say, you're doing the grind 9 months out of the year. That's
Right.
about $5,400 a month. So that's not
I
terrible.
think that's really good.
Plus, you got the benefits. Plus.
Right.
And yeah, that's not ugly even a little bit.
Well, and there are places that make more, but their cost of living is also a lot more.
Yeah,
Right.
for instance, New York place is number one, but that's New York City, where
Yeah, where you
everything
can
is
get
insane. Taxes are insane.
100 square foot loft apartment for like $90,000.
Right.
Public school teacher on average in New York City pulls down $86,000.
And when you think about this,
Right, but I wonder how that all breaks down when you really compare, okay, how far is your money going
Well, it's all about
compared
cost
to your
of living.
cost of
Yeah.
living? Yeah.
But then look at this. I mean, you can just jump down south a little bit. Again, South Dakota average teacher pay $48,700. Nebraska ranks number 25 with $54,500.
Okay.
So that ain't a bad bounce up if you want to, hit
and it's
Nebraska.
about the same
Right.
cost of living there.
State of Iowa, $58,000.
Nice.
So that's almost $10,000 more a year but then, you got to live in
Moving a little bit
Iowa.
east. But
Yeah.
you gotta live in Iowa. There's nothing wrong
There's
with Iowa.
pros and cons.
And Minnesota, my home state, average salary $58,200. I went through the public school system in Minnesota. Gosh, most of them really aren't worth that. And you know who you are.
We don't even need to mention them.
So there you go. Good luck to all the teachers, the kids, and everything else. It's a pretty big deal.
It's
We'll
an
see
awesome
how that rides
profession.
out. So,
And that is something that is absolutely like you either make the decision that, hey, I'm going to do this, because you love kids. It's certainly not something you're doing for the money.
where did you go to school?
No, I'm just saying it's
Right? I was thinking the
love
same
kids.
thing.
No.
I think ours barely tolerated us.
My daughter's a teacher,
The
so
two of you?
I'm all about it. But her take on it ain't exactly everybody's. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's an awesome thing, and without awesome teachers, think about how awful it would be. We'd have kids running around
Right.
thinking Alaska's an
Kids
island.
don't know where Alaska is.
That's so true.
Mayhem.
These
It's
two didn't
normally
know
off
that
the
Alaska was
coast of
not an
Texas, right next to Hawaii. Punch up a U.S. map, John.
That's right, John.
I think we need to do a little poll, by the way. We're going to post that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio. Chime in and let me know if you knew where Alaska was. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for our Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Today's Bright Spot shines on the Step Big Walk, which is coming up this weekend. I've got Janie Case joining me. Janie, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Now, you're with the South Dakota Parkinson Foundation, and this is an event that you guys do annually, but this year it's a little bit different, isn't it?
It's very different this year. This is the first year that we have switched the walk event over to a virtual walk instead of the in-person that we typically have at the Canaries. This time it's all virtual.
So now for people who have been a part of this in the past that are planning to be a part of it this year, what are the biggest changes between the walk that you've done in the past and the virtual walk that's coming up this weekend?
Sure. The whole concept is the same. It's still our fundraiser that we do to support our loved ones that are touched by Parkinson's disease. And so we still have people registering and creating teams and doing fundraising of their own. The biggest difference is just going to be that we won't be in person walking together. You basically get to choose where you get to walk from. And so you can walk from your hometown. We have a few that are choosing to walk when they're on vacation, and so they're going to walk around a campground area. And so it's just wherever you are at that time on Saturday. The walk starts at 9 a.m., so from that 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. is really when we're saying, hey, get out and do your walk, and let's join together virtually.
And the virtual Step Big Walk, again, is this Saturday. If people want to, they can start their walking now. There have been people that have already been walking for a while, haven't they?
Yeah, this year too, we created a fun new challenge. On top of the fundraising goal, we also, since it's virtual, we decided to put on what we call our Step Big Challenge. And what that is we wanted to walk 1,000 miles together combined in the month of August. So August 1st to 31st, we have to get 1,000 miles. And what's really exciting is we have already surpassed that goal. And so people are out walking now, getting their miles in, whether it's walking, running, we're adding it all up and seeing how many miles we can get in this month.
And the cool thing is, as people are sharing that, hashtag Step Big Challenge, you can find that on social media. As they're sharing that, it's helping to promote the event and also hopefully encourage people to contribute to the fundraiser as well.
Yeah, it's a great way to raise awareness about Parkinson's disease and then support our loved ones and then to support the foundation too because, as you mentioned, it's a fundraiser for us. And so our foundation is a statewide foundation. So we cover the state of South Dakota and we support families trying to connect them in their communities with the services they need when they receive a Parkinson's diagnosis.
If people would like to get more information on the Step Big Walk or about South Dakota Parkinson Foundation, how do they find you online?
So our website is southdakotaparkinson.org, and we do have a page that is set up for the walk. You can just click under events and go to our Step Big Walk page. And then we are also on social media, so we have a Facebook page. You can type in Step Big Walk for Parkinson's, and you'll find us there. And so, we have lots of ways that you can still connect with us.
Well, thank you so much for doing everything that you're doing. I know this is something that affects many, many people. Parkinson's is not something that you choose. It's not something that, that is, something that a lot of people are even really familiar with because unless you know somebody that's struggling with this, it's one of those things where, people don't necessarily even know the impact, but it's something that I absolutely appreciate all that you're doing to help people that are struggling with Parkinson's.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's one of those diseases that it's a tough one because there is no cure. It affects individuals so differently. It affects both males and females, and so there's a lot of loved ones that we want to support and help them in this journey because this is something that can be overwhelming and unexpected for them. And so any way that we can just offer that support and connect them in their community with others that are on a similar journey, it really is what we focus on to kind of look at that quality of life and improve that quality of life as much as we can help them with.
I'm going to give the website once again. It's southdakotaparkinson.org. The event is this weekend, the virtual event, and all of the information can be found at that site. We'll throw a link to it also in our social media. Again, thanks for listening to today's Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Because celebrities are fabulous. They're each and every one of them head and shoulders so much better than me. And sometimes some of your favorite celebs maybe go down a wrong path and fall on hard times, and the verdict is in. The sentencing has been done. Lori Loughlin and her husband
I heard this.
Going to the Gray Bar Motel.
Yes, they are.
Judge, the actress, and her husband to 2 to 5 months behind bars, respectively. Lori's getting 2 months.
Husband's getting 5.
What is his name? Massimo. Sounds made up. Is getting 5 months, and apparently, according to an insider, quote, they are terrified about going to jail.
Well, they should be.
Terrified, noting that the couple's fear stems from the ongoing spread of COVID-19. I think you'd be freaking out regardless.
Yep, absolutely.
Now, it's not known where they are going to complete their time behind bars, so the location hasn't been set yet. But what they're trying to do is stagger it, so while she's in the slam, he's home with the two daughters. And
well, not like it matters. They're both grown women.
They are, and one of them is what's it called, a social media influencer, which is a job I've been trying to get for a long time. I can't even get an interview, so that's all there is to it. But here's the thing: I think this would be awesome because I'm old enough to remember, and really the heyday was pretty much in the 70s. Lori should shoot a women in prison movie.
She should. Yeah.
There hasn't been a good one for a while.
There hasn't.
Not since Sybil Danning got out of the business. Maybe you don't remember Sybil.
I don't know what that
Get
means.
on the interwebs, punch her up. She starred in such fantastic films as Cat in the Cage and one of my favorites, how it didn't get nominated for an Oscar is beyond me, Reform School Girls.
Okay.
You know, Linda Blair from The Exorcist, she did a women in prison movie.
She did?
She did. They're pretty awesome.
Wow!
You couldn't even say it with a straight face. You tried.
So when Lori Lyle reaches out to me, and she's obviously
and she will.
She's obviously going to need a new agent and everything else. Got to retool this whole career.
Lori,
I am here for you.
You can help with this.
I can help with this. So,
well, Dan,
there's the deal. They're both going away 2 months and 5 months respectively. Because again, in case you forgot, it was that whole Varsity Blues they paid off. Was it $500,000?
Yeah, to get their dumb kids into some sort of school that apparently they weren't smart enough to get into.
And they did it with horrible lies. And John, you are very judgmental.
Well, I just think it's really sad, the whole thing. I was like backing her for the longest time because there are people who've done this for years and years and years and years.
Yes.
And the two names that we heard about were Felicity Huffman and Lori Loughlin. Those are the two names. All of these other people that are in this that we never hear their names. And I was like, I just don't think that's fair.
Well, the only reason we don't hear their names is because they're not famous. Nobody cares.
Because they're celebrities, John.
I understand that.
That's why I'm here, John.
They're all being punished. We're just not hearing about it because nobody knows who they are.
Would you listen to this segment if I said Albert Feinstein got 4 months?
Who's he?
Exactly.
Wow.
Case closed there, John.
Think about how many schools you go to, and they have giant buildings with somebody's name on it, where it was
there's money.
Such
hall.
You
bet. There's money trading places
and
there.
It's, somebody who went to school there, and they paid a bunch of money so their kids could get in there as well. That's been going on. It's just like now they're maybe this was just a little more blatant. I don't know.
Or maybe just now they're finally starting to crack down on it. Maybe it's going to be a little more severe all across the board for everybody. Well, would be a good thing.
Who are they going to name all those halls after now? It's going to be Lukewarm Tap Water Hall. That's what's coming. Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah, I didn't mean to start an argument there, John. I'm just doing what I can.
And I appreciate it. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Wednesday, August 26th, 2020. Tuesday's market action saw most indices follow through on Monday's gains. Both the S&P 500 and NASDAQ Composite were able to move up and set new all-time highs, while the Dow Jones Industrial lagged behind to snap up a 4-day winning streak. The reason the Dow lagged in Tuesday's trading is simple. Tuesday is the day Apple's 4-for-1 stock split began to take effect. The process takes days and could weigh on the Dow Jones Industrial Average until it's completed or longer. Because the Dow is a price-weighted stock, the impact of Apple shares will be far less than before. In other news, investors were unfazed by weaker-than-expected consumer confidence data and chose instead to focus on the housing market. The sales of new homes surged much more than expected to 901,000 annualized units and adding fuel to the market's melt-up. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.